Hello, I am Barbara Love,
And I'm Carrie DeYoung.
and we're discussing ageism and adultism. In this video, we discuss adultism, how we define it, and why we think it's an important social justice issue. Adultism, along with ageism, is a form of oppression sharing the identity marker of age. We distinguish between adultism and ageism, specifically naming adultism as the oppression of young people by adults and elders. Though some writers use the term ageism to refer to both adultism and ageism, we think it's important to specifically identify each. And we use the term adultism to refer to the oppression of young people, and we use the term ageism to refer to the oppression of elders.
Here we define adultism as the systematic subordination of younger people as a targeted group. When we say subordination, we mean that younger people in this case are required to take a diminished or lesser role than adults. Young people have relatively little opportunity to exercise social power in the United States, reflecting that subordinated status, and experience restricted access to the goods, services, and privileges of society. Young people are denied access to participation in the economic and political life of society. This subordination of young people is supported by the actions of individuals, cultural norms, attitudes, and values, and the institutional structures and practices of society. Adult supremacy is maintained by a network of laws, rules, policies, procedures, and organizational norms that consistently deny youth access to power, privilege, and opportunity, and ensure the continued targeted status of people who are young.
Young people are subject to the legal, societal, and the institutional norms and practices that marginalize them, exclude them, and give adults the power to act on them and for them without their agreement. Young people may be appreciated for their vigor, for their energy, and their enthusiasm, but their participation is nevertheless restricted. Now, adultism is an important social justice issue for several reasons. One key reason is the function played by adultism in helping all people learn the critical roles of dominant and subordinate. Dominant role means having an advantaged access to power, privilege, and participation in society, whereas subordinate, as has been mentioned, means having a lesser, one down access to power, privilege, and opportunities for participation.
The maintenance of an oppressive society depends on all members of society knowing and staying in their place. Place is determined by presumed membership in social identity groups. Social identity groups are designated for either a dominant role or a subordinate role. Young people in all human societies learn the attitudes, understandings, and behaviors required to play the subordinate role. At the same time, they also learn what it means to be an adult, along with the attitudes, understandings, and behavior required to play the dominant role.
This socialization into the roles of subordinate and dominant is so thorough that though young people often anxiously look forward to adulthood so they can escape the oppression of young people, they both practice the oppression on people younger than themselves, and when they become adults, they participate in enacting the oppression of young people. For example, in families, power and decision-making typically resides solely in the hands of adults. In schools, young people are required to practice subordination on a daily basis. For instance, young people must stand in line as dictated by adults. They may only speak with the permission of adults. They can only go to the bathroom or get a drink of water with the permission of adults. And adults create a curriculum for young people aimed at dictating what young people learn and how they learn it.
Transforming and challenging adultism and youth oppression is critical because it interrupts how humans learn to play the roles of dominant and subordinate. This is necessary to interrupt oppression. When humans can critically examine the role of dominant and subordinate and refuse to play those roles, the oppression can be ended. Envisioning alternate possibilities for how we interact with each other as humans is a function of a liberatory consciousness. It's important for us to understand and theorize youth oppression and adultism because it gives us information for what we can do to challenge adultism and transform society.
Ending youth oppression is a milestone along the way to ending all oppression. We study and want to eliminate youth oppression for its own sake, and also because without ending youth oppression, our efforts to end other forms of oppression only take us in a circle.